Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, September 1st, and I am back with another VSG surgery update video. I am officially 5 weeks post-op as of yesterday, so I am feeling really good, and if that is something that you are interested in seeing, then just keep on watching. Video by saying happy September, happy fall. I know that some people like to hold on to summer, but I am ready for fall. I am ready for the weather to cool down. It is actually like stormy here today and the weather is like 70 degrees outside. It is perfect. That is like kind of cool for early September in Oklahoma, but it is just great. I love it. I'm so happy that we are in September, and I cannot believe how fast time is flying by. I am 5 weeks post-op as of yesterday, and I'm feeling really good. I am down 41 pounds from my highest weight, so I'm really happy about that. In last week's video, I talked about how I was really hoping that by this week I could say that I was officially down 41 pounds, and I am down 41, so yay. I lost 2 pounds in this past week, and for me, I feel like that is pretty good. I know some people might consider that slow, but I'm happy with where I'm at and what I'm doing. I have an appointment with my surgeon on September 10th. That is just a follow-up appointment. I've had one appointment with him so far since my surgery, and that was 10 days post-op when they took out my staples. But this will be the first appointment that I am just seeing him as a follow-up. So I'm excited to see what he says about my weight loss and if he thinks that I'm doing well. And also, I want to briefly talk about, in my last video, someone had left me a comment asking about my hernia and if I had talked about it. And I had mentioned it briefly in my insurance approval video, but I just want to talk about that really fast and say that with my hernia, it was called a hiatal hernia. They found it when I had to do my barium swallow ultrasound that they made me do. That was one of my insurance requirements, and basically I just went to the hospital and I drank this drink, and I think it was like Alka-Seltzer and something else, and it foamed up, and they took lots of pictures and x-rays of my, I guess, esophagus down to my stomach, and sure enough, I had a hiatal hernia, which was very good to know in my case because back around December of 2019, I was having lots and lots of pain in my chest. So it was like not quite directly under my left boob per se, but it was under the left side. It's actually right where my incision was, where they fixed my hernia. So, but it was like right here, and it was very painful. And if I bent over, like say to get the dishwasher liquid out from underneath the kitchen sink, I would feel like this really sharp pain. And then sometimes after I would eat, which I didn't realize at the time, but now I know, when I would eat, I would get really sharp pain, and I just didn't know why. And one time it got so bad that my husband actually took me to ER because we were convinced that I was having a heart attack, and that was terrifying. And they said they couldn't find anything. They did a EKG and a chest x-ray. They didn't find anything. So they just told me that they thought I had anxiety, and they sent me on my way. So then I kind of struggled with that from like December until April, which is when I found out that I had the hiatal hernia. And he told me he would just, or my surgeon told me he would just fix that while he was doing my gastric sleeve surgery. No big deal. He said that's something that he does often. So I said, okay, that was fine. I was a little bit scared about that because I was like, oh no, I have to have 2 surgeries in one. But honestly, it didn't make a difference in my opinion. I've been very lucky and had a very I won't say completely pain-free, but my pain was very low, very little. And I didn't really have any pain at all in my chest area where they fixed it. That incision was the one that healed the fastest. Where they did my hernia, or where they repaired my hernia, it healed the fastest. It never really hurt or anything like that. The only thing was that after I had the surgery, wearing a bra was a little bit uncomfortable because the bottom of my bra set right on that incision, but that went away quickly at 10 days post-op. That was completely closed whenever they took out my staple, so I never had any problems with that. So if that is something that you're worried about, and you are someone who is having the hiatal hernia repair during your gastric sleeve, I would say do not stress, do not worry. It is really not that big of a deal. It was not that painful, and I am just happy to have it fixed. I have not had any pain in my chest that I was feeling before I knew about it since I've had my surgery. So I'm really hoping that that was all it was and that is fixed, and I'm really happy that that is fixed, because that was something that they said I was having anxiety about, which I don't think my anxiety was causing the pain. I think I was having anxiety because I was super convinced that I was having heart problems because of where the pain was. But I'm glad now that I know it was not. They repaired my hernia and I have not had any pain since. So anyways, I say all that to say, to the person who commented about my hiatal hernia, if that is something that you are worried about, do not stress. It is going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. And now I want to move on to what I have been eating. Like I said before, I am eating a pretty low carb diet. I do not eat more than 30 carbs per day, or at least I try to stay around that much, and even less if I can. I eat like meat for breakfast. I will have an egg and a piece of bacon. I will have like a protein shake for lunch, or I will eat a string cheese for lunch. And then for dinner, I usually have a piece of protein, piece of meat, whether that be chicken or beef or pork. And then I will have some sort of veggie, broccoli, green beans. I've even had some mixed vegetables. That was really good. Hasn't given me any problems. And then I will have usually some sort of potato. But that's not every single night. That is just the nights where I will cook something that, you know, we feel like we need another side. We try to have tacos every single Tuesday of some sort, whether that be chicken, pork, or beef tacos. And for me, I will just put it into a bowl and not eat it with any shell or a tortilla or anything like that. And that seems to be working good. I don't feel like I missed out on those things. When I was doing the keto diet before my surgery, I don't know if it was because I was able to eat so much more that I sincerely felt like I was missing out and like I just was not satisfied. But now, I guess because I can only eat such a little amount, when I eat something like that out of a bowl, I take a couple bites and then I'm full. So I'm not really missing the shell or the tortilla or the bread or whatever. I do eat potatoes, like I said. I haven't tried pasta or anything else like that yet, but potatoes, they go down great. I really like them. I eat them last after my protein and veggie, so I usually can only eat a couple bites or two, if that. But yeah, I'm feeling really, really good. And I was also going to ask you guys if you would like to see a what I eat in a day video. I was thinking about including that in next week's video, or maybe just doing even a standalone video about what I eat in a day. So comment down below and tell me if that is something that y'all are interested in seeing. If you want to see a what I eat in a day at this stage in my recovery, and if you would rather see it as a standalone video, or if you think I should just include it with my 6-week post-op update, which will be next week. And otherwise, I'm feeling really, really good. I have tons of energy. I noticed that I am not in that much pain. And I have so much energy, in fact, that it is kind of hard for me to sleep. I have noticed that that is one thing that I have been dealing with, is that I don't know if it's insomnia or what, but I cannot sleep. I will lay there until midnight, 1 a.m., whatever. My husband, he works really early in the morning, and he has to get up at like between 4:30 and 5:30, depending if he needs to be at work at 5 or 6. And we lay down pretty early. I lay down with him, and I'll usually watch YouTube or something as he's going to sleep. But we lay down, before 10, and I will lay there for hours and not be able to sleep. I don't know if that is something that any of y'all who have had the surgery struggle with, or if that's just me, but I seem to have gotten some sort of insomnia, or it is just that I have so much energy that I just cannot sleep. And like I was saying, I'm not in pain. I have 2 herniated discs in my back, my L4 and L5, and that used to cause me so much pain. I noticed that I don't have as much. Occasionally I will, but for the most part, a lot of my pain has really subsided. So I'm really, really happy about that. And another thing was before my surgery is that I was someone who took ibuprofen all the time, or Aleve, or NSAIDs, right? I took them all the time. I would always have headaches. I would always just be in pain. I would have, back pain, whatever. I have not taken any kind of pain medicine other than the medicine they sent me home with from my surgery and what I took when I was, recovering. I've not taken any, and you can't take NSAIDs now. They say you can't take NSAIDs or ibuprofen or anything like that after you get sleeve surgery. That is what I have been advised by my surgeon to do, so I will not take those anymore. I'm allowed to take Tylenol if I need it, but I haven't needed it. Even when I do get headaches, I think that stems from lack of fluids, lack of water, which is something that I am still struggling with. I don't know if that is something that is going to be a struggle forever, but I wouldn't say that it is anything that makes me regret this surgery. I am so happy I had the surgery, and like I said, I'm doing really great, less pain, lots of energy. I do get headaches from time to time, but that is just from dehydration, I'm pretty sure, because I can drink some fluids and feel better pretty soon after I do that. So yeah. Otherwise, I am still taking my vitamins, trying to get my water in. I am eating really well. Nothing has made me sick. I feel like I can eat a decent amount. I just feel very lucky that I have had such an easy recovery. I feel very lucky that I can eat and not get sick. I feel like I can eat a decent amount too, where some people can only take a couple bites. I eat off a little salad plate at night, or really anytime I eat now. I use a little bitty plate. And I can eat about half of my plate, and I'm not using a food scale or anything. That is something that I've been thinking about investing in, but that's not something I do now. I track all of my macros in the Carb Manager app. I did talk about that a little bit in last week's video. But otherwise, I'm just kind of eating until I feel full. I'm trying to make healthy choices, not eat so many carbs, always eat my protein first and things like that. And the weight is coming off. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I have not started back on the treadmill yet, just because my drain hole is not completely closed. It is almost there, y'all. Almost there. I will be so happy once that thing is closed. But like, we went to my parents this past weekend, and I didn't really get tired. I didn't feel sluggish or anything like I had been a couple weeks before. I'm just overall feeling really, really good. I have no regrets about this surgery. I know some people, they end up, regretting their surgery, or at this point, 5 weeks post-op, they're just not still feeling that great. But for me, I'm feeling wonderful. I am pretty much back to normal completely. The only thing I'm missing is being able to use exercise equipment or get on my treadmill, things like that. I'm still walking as much as I can during the day, just not on the treadmill. But yeah, other than that, there's one last thing that I want to touch on, because not much has changed from last week, that I want to touch on in this 5-week post-op video, is my periods. So if that's something you don't want to hear, then feel free to click out of the video. But I was supposed to start my period the week of my surgery, but I never started my period, and I have not started my period yet. Now, I was never someone who was super regular before my surgery, but I have heard that a lot of women will start their period shortly after they get their surgery. That has not been the case for me. I still have not started my period, which PCOS was one of the biggest reasons as to why I decided to go ahead and get this surgery. If you are unaware of what that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It comes with a lot of symptoms, but irregular periods, lack of ovulation, things like that are some of the main symptoms of PCOS. So PCOS is one of the main reasons why I decided to get the surgery, along with a couple other things, but I really wanted to get the surgery to help with my fertility. So the fact that I have yet to start my period is a little bit concerning, but I don't really know if I should be worried yet, because like I said, I wasn't really ever someone who was regular beforehand. I am just hoping that as I lose more weight, that might help correct some of the issues that I actually do have with my periods and my menstrual cycle in general. So yeah, that is also something that if any of you have any questions about, feel free to comment down below and ask me about. I want to be as open as I can be. I really want to answer your guys' questions. I've gotten a ton of new subscribers and I love reading your comments. I love being able to know that I am able to help you feel better about your journey and your decision to have the surgery, or if you've had the surgery and I'm just someone that you can relate to. But yeah, if any of you out there have any questions about anything, my hernia or my menstrual cycle or what I'm eating, anything, feel free to comment down below and ask me. I want to be able to answer those questions for you guys and just be as real as I can be. I have not hid the fact that I've had my surgery. I know some people do, and all the power to you. It is a scary thing. It is a life-changing thing. And for some people, it's something that they are, embarrassed about, or they have their reasons in general for hiding it, and that is totally okay. For me, I have been totally open about it. I'm a big girl. Everyone in my life knows I'm a big girl. I feel happy that I chose to have this surgery and proud of myself for choosing my health. And so I am not someone who has, hid my surgery or my journey. I don't know if any of my family members are watching my videos, and they may not want to hear about, my menstrual cycle and things like that, but, ask away. Ask me anything that you might, want to know. I will try my best to answer. I do read through your comments. I love that I'm having such a positive effect on other people. I love that people are, relating to my videos and they are enjoying my content. It has really made me have a passion. It is something that I look forward to every single week, is doing these videos for you guys. So like I said, and like I've said before, thank you so much. If you are someone who has subscribed to my channel, if you're someone who comments, if you're someone who gives me a thumbs up, anything like that, it helps me so much. This is something that I never knew I would be so into, but I am really, really liking YouTube. I am really liking being on here. I was terrified. I thought about making a YouTube channel for years, but it was something that I was always terrified about. And then finally, when I knew I was going to have my surgery, I was like, oh, this will be the thing that gets me on there, because if I can help anyone who is trying to start their journey, or they have started their journey, or they're just someone who has had their surgery even before me and they want someone they can relate to, I am happy to be someone who can, be there with you. But yeah, anyways, that is really all for my 5-week post-op update. Make sure and comment down below and let me know if you want to see a what I eat in a day video, and feel free to comment down below any questions you might have. I will try my best to always answer them. And thank you again so much for watching. If you are not subscribed, I would love for you to do so. I post these videos every week, and my plan is to continue to post weekly updates about my VSG surgery along with other VSG related content. I also do have other videos that I like to post, and I will be getting back into those shortly now that I'm feeling much better and am able to get up and around more. But yes, I am using my channel to talk about my VSG journey. I am so happy that I will have these videos to look back on in the future and be able to relive this experience, because this is something that has been one of the most positive changes in my life. So anyways, thank you again. Please subscribe, comment down below, let me know if you like this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.